Hi guys, long time no see. I'm really sorry that I've not been right Tills. I'm really sorry that I've not been active for the last 4 months, I think it is. Without checking, I don't know. It's been a long time anyway. I think the last videos that I put up were the gender reveal of our daughter. And then things got quite bad. Yeah, really bad. So I am, well, I don't even know where to start with any of this. Right, let's go way back to the beginning. So June, end of June. If you all remember my cat Digger, he ended up with a hematoma, and he needed surgery. So he had the surgery, and then within 2 weeks he went downhill really fast, and he needed lots of antibiotics, steroids, everything, painkillers, and cut the long story short, he wasn't coping well taking the meds. I was giving these meds to him morning and night, and he just, he wasn't coping at all. So it's really hard for me to talk about, because I do think this kicked off a lot of what's happened over the last few months, because a lot of it I've self-blamed. So if you know, well, if you've watched my previous videos, there was a video where I spoke about how I was struggling to cope with my emotions, and I was feeling how Liv, was my daughter, was going to cope with new baby coming, and whatnot. And a lot of you said for me to go talk to a midwife, and I did do that, but nothing really came of it, and I just plodded along and got severely worse. And then obviously when Digger got poorly, and obviously a lot of you will know that Digger was like, he was just my boy, do you know? He appeared in a lot of my videos because he always had to have his nose in. But yeah, so he wasn't coping very well with these meds, and I was becoming stressed because he was becoming stressed, especially as I was administering his meds. I kept ringing the week I kept ringing the vets to say, I need help, he's not coping well giving the meds, he's frothing at the mouth, he's struggling to breathe, he ended up with pneumonia. They give us some solution, oral solution instead of obviously the tablets. That still wasn't working. Anyway, one morning I was doing his meds at 10 o'clock, and I rushed them, but I didn't rush them. This is where I'm self-blaming. I need to carry on reminding myself that I hadn't rushed them. I'd done them the same as I usually do. He just he becomes stressed, and my initial reaction was get him down him quick. There were 3, and it was just boom, 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 get him down him quick, and then it's all over and done with then, and he can get his breathing back normal and whatnot. And that's the same what I'd been doing for the last 6 days, morning and night. And he just went into a seizure, and he had this seizure, and he didn't come out of it. So I tried resuscitating him. I brought him back a few times, got his heart going again, got him breathing again. But the last time it was just, there was no bringing him back. He'd only come back for say 10-15 seconds, and then his heart would stop again. So then I decided it just wasn't fair on him. Like, his poor little stomach was bloating up, and you could tell that what I was doing, it wasn't going to work anymore. Just obviously trying to ring the vets at the same time, and it was a Sunday, and we got put through to voicemails and whatnot. So it was a very stressful time, and I struggled to cope with it mentally. And there was a lot of self-blame there. If I'd have just took my time, if I'd have done things differently, if I'd have pushed further for help off the vets, and whatnot. So Digger passed away, and he was only a year and a bit old. A year and 6 months old. No age for a boy. So, yeah, I struggled with that massively. I then started to spiral and go downhill. And not just about, obviously, Digger, about the pregnancy. Jay started his new job. And my anxieties just went through the roof. So I've spent the last 4 months having a mental breakdown. And I'm just at the other end of it now. It's been a really, really tough few months. Jace has absolutely been amazing. I don't know how he's managed, because there's been times where I've become violent towards him, and that's hard for me to admit because that's not who I am. But yeah, I'm really ashamed. But like the pregnancy hormones, the severe anxiety, I've struggled with most of my life, but I've never been as bad as what I've been these last 4 months. Like, Jace had to go to my mum's and ask for help, to get me help, because I was just getting worse and he didn't know how to help me anymore. Crying every day, all day, causing arguments, just like breaking things out of temper. It was like I had someone in my head telling me things that weren't true. So not like I'm schizophrenic or anything, but it was more like my anxiety. So I was like persuading myself that something that I've concocted in my head was like true. And yeah, and it obviously it wasn't. And looking back now, I don't even recognise who I've been for the last few months. Like, I'd say this last month, I've been back to normal. I've been myself again. Obviously, I've had my days where I've sat and cried, but I've none of the anxiety side of, like, the anger side of the reactions and stuff. I am on medication now, and that's obviously helped. It's kicked in. I haven't been at work since June. I was signed off sick, and now I'm on maternity leave. But yeah, so it's been a really, really tough time, and more so tough for Jace. I really don't know how he coped. He's just an absolute diamond. He never gave up on me once. He just stuck by my side and was just wanting to fix me. So yeah. So that's where I've been. Well, I haven't really been anywhere. I've been here, but I've been living as a different person for the last 4 months. The person that I don't even recognise. But that's mental health, and that's how mental health works. And it shouldn't be such a taboo subject. It's hard. It's fucking hard. And, you know, I was having suicidal thoughts a lot of the time. I spoke to my doctor weekly. She diagnosed me with prenatal depression and severe anxiety, which is better than what we originally thought, because that meant I could get help, because the initial what we thought initially was that I was bipolar, and if that was the case, then obviously there's only so much medication that I could have taken while pregnant, that would have been safe. And I don't think there is much that's safe to start while you're pregnant, you know. So it was, I was more like quite upset about that, because I just wanted help. I just wanted to be normal again. I just wanted help. And when it came that when I did the assessment and everything with the mental health team, and that it's depression and severe anxiety, that meant that I could start medication that you're allowed to take when pregnant. So that really, really helped. And obviously it took a couple of months to kick in, but I'd say I'm normal now. Normal, that's not very nice, is it? I'd say I'm feeling more myself now. Yeah, I have my moments. I have my little teary moments. It doesn't everyone, and also I'm pregnant, so you're gonna, aren't you? Pregnancy hormones. But yeah. So if you're feeling not yourself, just go get help. It's just so much easier. It's so much worth it. Don't put yourself through all that, having bad thoughts, eating yourself. Do you know? Just go get help. It's just so much easier. And there's help out there. Just ask for it, and just ask for it. So now you know that that's where I've been for the last 4 months. I'll update you on the pregnancy side of things, which I'd have loved to have documented the whole time, as that was my plan from the beginning. But because of obviously my mental state, that wasn't possible. But a lot has happened. So at 26 weeks pregnant, I got admitted. Well, I'm doing the silly thing again of making words. It's not a made up word, is it? Right, I'm rambling now. I got admitted to hospital because I'd started bleeding and having pains. So I got admitted and had 2 nights stay. So I was there 3 days, but 2 nights stay. They take swabs to make sure your waters haven't gone and whatnot. And they took a swab for preterm labour and it came back positive. So there was obviously wanting to monitor me. They was talking about giving me the steroid injections. And then they said that they didn't think I'd make it past 34 weeks pregnant. And I have, because I'm 36 weeks on Friday. 36 weeks pregnant on Friday. So I'm so glad that I'm doing this now, because it's at least I can update you on the last few weeks, and obviously you'll see the birth and everything. But yeah, so they didn't think I'd make it past 34 weeks. They was basically saying that I could go into full-blown labour within the 2 weeks. A lot of it was caused, I think, through stress, and this was the very start of my mental breakdown. Gina's had been through a lot. And I stopped bleeding. I wanted to make sure that I'd not bled for 24 hours. I'd stopped bleeding, and all the pains and everything could stop. So once they were happy after 24 hours, I was allowed home. And touch wood, God, touch my head. Everything's been fine since, and that department of the bleeding and pains and whatnot. And then we had a growth scan, due to going in with reduced movements. And I think that was at like 30 weeks. 20, yeah, maybe 30 weeks, I think. So we went for a growth scan because my bump wasn't like, my bum measurements had dropped and everything. So, but obviously that was only found at when I'd gone in for reduced movements. And the sonographer, the lady who was obviously scanning me, thought that baby's heart was on the larger side. So we got admitted to Leeds General Infirmary, and they did a heart scan on her there, like really in-depth one, and it all came back fine. So her heart is healthy, her heart's fine, but obviously that was a really hard week because it was, and then obviously a lot of it was self-blame again, like, because I've been so upset, I've caused her to have a poorly heart, you know. But so I was so glad when obviously her heart was like fine, like, you know, she's perfect, she's healthy. So yeah. So it's been a bit of an up and down time really. But yeah, so I'm 35 weeks. Gosh. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 35 weeks and 4 days today, so 36 weeks on Friday. So obviously that's my little update. She has got a name. I'll just tell you because I feel like you've just missed out on so much already, do you know? Her name is Tiffany Rose, so she's going to be called Tiffany Rose Austin. It's a name that we've had for a while now. We did have a name prior to that we changed, but that name only lasted like a week or two, and that was Riley Ray. Now I still love that name. I think it's beautiful. And it was like Riley and then Ray, R-A-E. But then Jace realised that he had a cousin called Riley, and it was just like, oh, well, we can't do that then. Like, he'd forgot anyway. So yeah. I was going to tell you something else, and then I've completely forgot. Maybe I should have wrote all this down. Yeah. I don't know. Can't remember what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's the name, Tiffany Rose Austin. We have been accepted for the home birth, so obviously as of next week, this time next week, if I start going, well, obviously I think it's from 37 weeks, so the home birth team will be on standby from 37 weeks, so I can have her at home, and obviously I'm going to record all that and everything so you get to see everything. I'll start wrapping this up soon. God, it's 18 minutes long already. I'm not going to edit it, I'm just going to shove it out there. Yeah, we've had a pretty tough time. So Jace lost his granddad in August, and then his funeral was on the 7th of September. We come back from the funeral, and that night I got a phone call off my dad saying my granddad had died. So my granddad died the day of Jace's granddad's funeral. So we was at my granddad's funeral on Thursday. Thursday just gone. So it's been a really shit time. We've just had a really crap few months, to be honest. We have got a new addition to the family. His name is Gus Augusto Austin. He's a giant continental rabbit. And I'll show you him soon. Like, yeah, you'll meet him soon. He's outside at the moment. He's currently 17 weeks old, fully vaccinated and everything. He was living indoors, but he wasn't coping very well with his toilet training. And I built him a hutch. Well, it's not a hutch, it's just like a mini bloody shed. Obviously, he's going to grow big, so he needs a lot of space. And he's got a massive enclosure with like the fence around it, so he's got a lot of like free roaming space, because I don't agree with keeping like them in hutches and stuff. I think they should be, rabbits are social and I like the space, so I couldn't have another cat because I just compare to Digger all the time. But Gus has really helped me because obviously I built his hutch from scratch, so that gave me something to focus on while I was going through what I was going through. And he's just so loving, and he's amazing. So he's helped me a lot as well. But yeah, he does come in the house a lot now, like every day, and he's litter trained now. So, but obviously with the baby coming soon, I don't really want to have him in the house, because of his fur and everything and whatnot. And it's enough having 2 dogs in the house. But yeah, I just wanted to update you, let you all know that we are okay, and I appreciate everybody's messages, asking if we're okay, saying they miss us and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and get back into the swing of it. I know I said it before, but I just wanted to update you and let you know where we're at. But yeah. No, I guess I best put this on. I hate talking about shit. Well, that's a pizza box from the night, last night. I'll show you a bump. The bump. Let's have a look. So, let's have a look. Yeah, that's the bump. That's the baby girl. I haven't even packed a hospital bag yet to say that we could have been going into preterm labour. So I think I'm going to do that in the next few days. And I'll keep you updated. Well, I'll try to now. Now I'm feeling more myself. Right, well, thanks for watching and thanks for all your support and everything. Bye.